It's day 4, and I just left Woody Gap on my way across Blood Mountain into Neal Gap, hopefully today. It's going to be a pretty day today, so I want to take advantage of that and get Blood Mountain done. Feeling pretty good. The short day yesterday and the rest afterwards did me a lot of good. My legs were kind of tired yesterday. They're feeling good today. All right, I've reached the first major part of the climb today. Well, I don't know how major it is, but it's the steepest I've come to so far. We're going up there. A little more up. Okay, it's getting a little warm going up the hill, so I'm gonna stop and shed a layer here. I'm gonna put my rain jacket back on because the wind is still blowing a little bit, but I don't want to overheat too much by having on 2 layers underneath of it. It's really important as a hiker to manage your layers so that you don't overheat. If you overheat and start sweating, then when you stop, you're going to get chilled and your clothing's going to be wet. So you want to keep it as dry as possible. Today is dawning pretty sunny. There's a little tent site here near the top of this mountain. It's about, I don't know, I kind of took my time, about maybe 30 minutes up from Woody Gap. Would certainly be a room with a view if you wanted to camp up here. Oh my gosh. Just a few steps further up from that campsite, and look at this view. Also, look at this giant rock up here. It's all one piece. Pretty interesting. I'm up here on the top of the mountain. Just came over the summit of it. I think it's Big Cedar maybe. And I came upon this big spring right here on top of the mountain. Seems so unusual. I'm sure it probably wouldn't be so much water if we hadn't had so much rain the last couple of days. But anyway, plenty of water up here this morning on the mountain. We have a little stream here that crosses the trail. I'm guessing this is probably the stream from the runoff from the spring up on the mountain there. Down on the other side of the mountain. So that's my guess. Again today, the Georgia Appalachian Trail Club comes through with great trail maintenance. It's been an easy hike so far. Here's another one of those water barriers, water bars, that they are so excellent at putting on the trail to prevent erosion. For many people who aren't familiar with hiking trails, I just wanted to take a minute to talk about blazes. This trail has been really well blazed. Everywhere I've needed one, I've been able to find one within just a short time. If you look at this is a double blaze, which means the trail is going to take a turn. And the trail will go in the direction that the offsetting one is on the top. So this trail is going to turn to the right. And right there it is. There is a nice little campsite right here at the intersection with the trail to Dockery Lake. Be a good place to stay. Way over there in the distance is my first glimpse of Blood Mountain, which is my big climb for the day. There's a really nice campsite here at Lance Creek. It is a restoration area, so you do have to camp right there on the tent pads. There are 4 of them, and the creek is nearby for water. So that's a good camping spot, but if you're in the bubble, it's a little bit of a limited camping spot. And I seem to be right in the bubble right now. I hear there were about 30 tents at Gooch the other night. Just passed a group, it looked like about 8 or 9, called the Backwoods Boys. Also today I passed a nice hiker named Livewire, and a young fellow who doesn't have his trail name yet named Tom, who was real nice and lent me some sunscreen because I had forgotten mine. Well, look how cool this is. Another trailside seat with a view. Nice. And I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this view a minute and have another protein bar. I have made it to Girard Gap, so I am over halfway to Neal. Lots of campsites here. The Forest Service road here into it doesn't look like it's real wide, but it looks pretty well maintained. All right, on to Neal. Blood Mountain first. Okay, I'm making my way. I got this little bit of hill to climb. Then I'm gonna drop down a little bit. And then next starts the big climb up Blood. All right, Neal and Deb, your sport beans are going to power me up Blood here in a little bit. Big bad Blood Mountain right ahead of me. Gotta climb that thing. I am here at the intersection of Slaughter Creek Trail, and there is a nice little stream here today. I just checked though, I still have water, so I'm not going to try to carry extra water across Blood Mountain. Just going to go up and onward. Yep, that's the trail. Doesn't look that steep from here, but it's a pretty good climb. All right, I don't think you want to hear me heavy breathing. You'd think you were on the wrong kind of a channel, so I'm going to turn it off for now. All right, there's a little tiny campsite here, partway up Blood. A few feet further up, and there's another little camping site. Just room for maybe a couple tents, 3 maybe. Right ahead of me is Slaughter Mountain. I would assume that is where Slaughter Creek Trail goes. I'm a little over halfway up Blood, and these are the views I'm starting to get. Beautiful. I've come to the intersection with Duncan Ridge Trail. Still more to climb. I'm starting to come into a little thicket of mountain laurel. There has been some here and there along the way, but this is the first really significant bunch that I've seen that's like all along the trail, which tells me I'm getting higher on the mountain where less trees grow. And this patch on Blood Mountain is really a mountain laurel tunnel. The Appalachian Trail is often called the Green Tunnel, and this is much of the reason why. Okay, I'm getting closer to the summit. There is a teeny tiny campsite here. It's just past a little rock scramble there. That'd be a great place to camp and catch a view. There are getting to be more of these big boulders in the trail. They're pretty easy to get up so far, but I don't think there's any real hard rock scrambles up blood here, but it does involve a little high stepping at times.